Richard Speck, labeled as our nation's first mass murderer, assumed a notoriety reserved only for the most depraved and soulless of criminals. Like many social outcasts, Richard Speck had a difficult childhood. He was born on December 6, 1941, in Kirkwood, Illinois, the seventh of 8 children. His father died when Speck was 6. The siblings were raised by their mother and abided under strict religious rules, including abstinence from tobacco and alcohol. After his mother married an insurance salesman, Carl Lindbergh, in 1950, the family relocated from Illinois to Dallas, Texas. That event traumatized the family as Lindbergh was prone to violent drunken episodes. Young Richard Speck became victimized by his stepfather's physical and emotional abuse. He became a poor student and juvenile delinquent prone to violent behavior. He quit school in the 9th grade and left his family. Additionally, at age 20 he married 15-year-old Shirley Malone. Theirs was a relationship filled with violence and devoid of love. Speck regularly abused both his wife and mother. He violated his wife sexually at knife point, reportedly several times a day. Speck, a tall, hawk-faced man with a southern drawl, proudly displayed a "Born to Raise Hell" tattoo on his forearm. It was a symbolic message. By the age of 25 he had over 20 arrests, including burglary and assault. He was an angry alcoholic, petty criminal, and predator. Most of his life was spent on the other side of the law. His rap sheet included 36 arrests in Dallas and 2 stays in prison. After attempting to rob a woman at knife point, Speck was sentenced to 15 months in jail. Upon release, he became an invisible transient. He relocated from his sister's Chicago home to low-rent hotels and skid row bars, periodically working on cargo boats traveling the Great Lakes. On a steamy, nondescript July evening, around 11 p.m., Speck knocked on the door of a nursing student's dormitory. The 8 students who resided there all worked at nearby South Chicago Community Hospital. The townhouse was located in a neat middle-class neighborhood on Chicago's southeast side. Intruding into the dormitory, Speck tied up 9 women, and then systematically tortured, raped, and murdered 8 of them. The one survivor hid under a bed, and Speck missed her during his homicidal rampage. A massive manhunt ensued. With the dragnet tightening, Speck attempted suicide. He was captured several days later, arrested and charged with the murder of 8 nurses. Speck's psychiatrist assessment documented a long history of trying to deal with his inner turmoil by a chronic, repetitive pattern of drinking, drug abuse, and fighting. By chronic self-destructive acts, including auto accidents, falling from trees, once he was knocked unconscious for several minutes, running into poles, picking up gonorrhea 5 separate times, as well as syphilis, and his attempted suicide on July 16, 1966. On June 5, 1967 he was sentenced to die in the electric chair, but, several weeks later, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld Speck's conviction but reversed his death sentence. When the Supreme Court declared capital punishment unconstitutional in 1972, Speck's sentence was changed to 8 consecutive terms of 50 to 150 years. Incarceration was the next phase of his criminal timeline, and Speck easily adapted to life at the Stateville Correction Institute. He listened to music, collected stamps, and was allowed to keep a pair of sparrows. His nickname was Birdman. Speck seemed to be having the time of his life. It was later disclosed that he reveled in bootleg alcohol, drugs, and clandestine sexual encounters while behind bars. Speck served 19 years of his sentence. He died on December 5, 1991 from a massive heart attack. The autopsy revealed an enlarged heart and occluded arteries. His 220-pound body was bloated and his face covered with pockmarks. No one claimed the body. His cremated ashes were discarded in an unknown location. Speck's wicked story should have ended there, in cold, unspoken silence. But there was more to be revealed. In May 1996, Speck was seemingly raised from the dead. Bill Curtis, news anchor at CBS in Chicago, received a videotape shot in Statesville Correctional Institute. It showed a bizarre, boastful Speck with women's breasts, obviously from some hormone treatment, wearing blue silk panties and having sex with an inmate. Before the sexual exploit, he casually tells an off-camera interviewer about the murders.
How'd you feel after killing those ladies? Like I always felt. Had no feeling. Hadn't really felt sorry or anything, no.